All right, suffering from brain fog, lack of focus and recall, insomnia, or even depression? Nutritionist and public health expert Sally Kate Norton says it may be a result of the food you're eating. Norton makes the case in her latest book. It's called Toxic Superfoods: How Oxalate Overload is Making You Sick and How to Get Better. Nutritionist Sally Kate Norton joins me now with more. Sally, thank you so much. I'm very interested in your line of work. Let's talk big picture first. What is the connection, the overall connection between what we put in our body, food, and brain function? Because I can tell you, when I'm hungry, I often get hangry, and I'm not thinking about my brain. I'm just thinking about feed me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your brain is part of that demand system that says, I got to have something now. And everything that we're eating will affect the blood that's supplying the cells that make up your brain. Your brain is a living set of cells, very sophisticated, requires the right nutrients at all times, especially early in life when we're building a brain, and certainly as we're maintaining it. People forget how much food can affect your brain function.
Okay, and so, you know, as mentioned, the title of your book is Toxic Superfoods, and your book cover is just a beautiful array of the rainbow of healthy foods like beets and spinach. So what makes a superfood toxic? And oxalate overload, what does that mean?
Yeah, these are all plant foods, and plants make this oxalic acid, which is a metal grabber, and it tends to cause calcium problems because it likes to grab calcium. It forms these little stones, including kidney stones, made of calcium oxalate. So oxalic acid is in these foods and gets into your bloodstream and can disrupt the electrolytes that are really important for the way cells and nerves function. It can cause oxidative stress, inflammation, and problems that make it hard for your brain to function, because it really is inflammation that's causing anxiety, depression, bad sleep, bad moods, despair, despondency. This is all signs of inflammation.
So in other words, I mean, we're seeing pictures of almonds and cashews and spinach. These are the foods that, if you eat too much of them, can result in oxalate overload. Can you run down, including potatoes, can you run down a list of what these foods are, and then how much is too much?
Yeah, so I try to document how much is too much in the book. And for different foods, you can tolerate different amounts of them. For spinach, it's a very small amount. 10, 20 leaves of spinach, and you're at your maximum capacity. To really efficiently get it out of your system, you have to pee it out. But then there's bran, sweet potatoes, turmeric, these gluten-free substitutes like buckwheat, quinoa, teff, arrowroot, the chia seed bowls, even blackberries and starfruit and kiwi are high in oxalate. But there's plenty of other alternatives. All the lettuces are low, the melons are low, many fruits are low, and so on. There's other foods. We're just not aware of the oxalate content in these foods that have been elevated in this place of being super great, and it turns out they're super not great.
Okay, well, we had a couple of these substitution full screens graphics up so that people can really digest this, pun intended. So instead of spinach, for instance, you said 10 to 20 leaves would be too much. You could have some egg yolks. So there's one substitute. Instead of the cashews and almonds, pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds instead. And then lastly, for grains, this is white rice. So white rice better than the grain. So this kind of goes against, you know, what we think would be healthy.
Absolutely. And what I thought too, you know, I went to Cornell for my nutrition degree, and I was following all these ideas and put myself in the ground, had to quit my job. I could not sleep. My brain was waking up 29 times an hour. And I've been surprised as I've worked with clients and followers, how many people find relief from anxiety and all kinds of emotional despair by getting off things like spinach and sweet potatoes.
I have sweet potatoes 5 nights a week, Sally. You're breaking my heart. Maybe that's why I wake up so many times in the middle of the night. I'm going to give this a shot. So your overall message, though, is moderation, just like anything else.
Yeah, and in fact, it's not that hard. It's just so different than what we're used to thinking and believing. It can be, there's a little emotional hurdle. But then it's like, wait, I don't have to pig out on spinach. That's freedom. You can just have a normal salad. And literally the lutein and the folate and the things you think you're getting from spinach are really you're not. And that's why the egg yolk is a great substitute, because it has those nutrients in a form you can actually digest and use.
All right, well, for more, the book is called Toxic Superfoods, How Oxalate Overload is Making You Sick and How to Get Better. It is out now wherever books are sold. Sally K. Norton, thank you so much for feeding us with this knowledge tonight.
Thank you.